Yashasvi, please go ahead.
Okay, sir. A very, a very warm welcome and good afternoon to one and all present here. I, Yashasvi, on behalf of University Computer Center and Digital Affairs of JC Bose University of Science and Technology, YMCA, feel privileged to welcome you all to the webinar in collaboration with Coding Ninjas on Introduction to Engineering. This webinar marks the beginning of Dihunt 2022. Before proceeding further, let us seek the blessings of Ma Saraswati, the goddess of knowledge, by dedicating a prayer and connect to the Almighty for the next few seconds.
या कुन्देन्दुतुषारहारधवला या शुभ्रवस्त्रावृता या वीणावरदण्डमण्डितकरा या श्वेतपद्मासना या ब्रह्माच्युतशङ्करप्रभृतिभिः देवैः सदा वन्दिता सा मां पातु सरस्वती भगवती निःशेषजाड्यापहा.
Now, I would like to brief you about our DI Hunt 2022. It is an audition process consisting of 3 rounds, namely aptitude test, mentor-mentee, and PI. There is also an e-Pariche, which is a 3-day-long event consisting of webinars on Introduction to Engineering, Introduction to MS Excel, and Introduction to Data Structures and Algorithms. ePariche aims at providing a roadmap for students in the field of engineering, computers, and data structures. The curriculum is structured in such a way that it can accommodate students from not only CEE IT, but all the branches. We have Ms. Sangoti Adak to brief us about the 4-year journey of engineering. She will guide us about the appropriate needs and requirements of an engineer and will lay down a brief roadmap on how to proceed further and score best placements. She will be throwing some light on the courses to be done, the best YouTube platforms, channels for the best understanding of the concepts. Now, I would like you to introduce to our guest speaker of today's event, Ms. Sangoti Adak, a member of Technical Staff 3 at VMware. She has also worked as a Systems Reliability Engineer 2 at Nutanix. An expert in cloud computing and virtualization, Sangoti has a plethora of market experience and knows exactly what you need to emerge above the rest. We are pleased to have you, ma'am. Now, I would like to request Director, University Computer Center and Digital Affairs, Dr. Neelam Dihunt ma'am, to come forward and welcome the respected guest.
Thank you so much, Yashasvi. And a very good morning to all of you. Our expert speaker, Ms. Sangoti Adak, and who is our expert speaker today, and faculty members, organizers, participants, and dear students. I once again welcome you all to this webinar of today's day. And first of all, I would like to thank our expert speaker, Ms. Sangoti, from VMware for accepting our invitation and choosing an appropriate title for today's webinar. So I hope all of you will get best out of her findings and will try to explore much from her knowledge. So thank you so much, Ms. Sandoki. So, dear students, all of you know that we are the engineering student. Most of us are the engineering students, and we have a 4-year journey with us. And you will learn a lot of things in this 4-year journey. Besides your course curriculum, you will learn many things like how you have to prepare for the placements and how you have to get the extra skills and what are the market demands of today. It means you have to have all the know-how of all the things which you have to be prepared for your placements. So I think a young expert like Miss Sandoki, matlab, if you have that young expert with you and you can have much out of her knowledge, it means how she has completed her journey recently and how she was able to prepare herself for the placements. So I hope all of you will learn many of the things, and I'm very I'm very much thankful to my organizers who are the students of my team. So I would love to have students like them in my team also. It means you all can participate in our cell and you can contribute much towards the digitization and the digital affairs of the university. And I hope all of you will enjoy this session. And thank you so much. Have a good day.
Thank you, ma'am. I would now request Ms. Sangoti Adak to take over the session.
Hey, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Sangati. I think you got a very detailed description of what I do and where exactly I am at right now. Thank you, Dr. Neelam, and thank you, Yashasvi, for the amazing introduction. I will try to accommodate as many things as possible from my experience so that it's helpful for the almost 300 students who have participated today. Thank you everyone for joining in, first of all. All right, so today's session, right, this is, you have your next sessions, which is going to be detailed on data structure, algorithm, and things like that. So today's session is going to be in general, a very generalistic session. All right, it is not a spoon-fed session. All right, I want to be very clear, because whenever we do that, that's when I see that students create a dependency, which is very, very bad. And I feel that I am able to succeed today because I have not created that dependency on anybody or anything. Keep your minds open starting from your first year of engineering. That is the very, very first tip that I want to give you. All right, and we are engineers, right? There are a lot of engineering colleges and not that many jobs that exist in the market, especially the jobs. So there's one thing, right, that goes on in the corporate. Not all engineers are hireable. Okay, and this really hurts because we are doing a 4 years course for a reason, and at the end of the day we hear the corporates saying that we are not hireable for the kind of jobs that they have that they are expecting, right? So on that note, I just want to tell you that do not take your subjects lightly, first of all. Okay, I have a PPT presentation to give you. Because you are first year and second year students, I just want to invoke this feeling in you that the subjects that you learn in your engineering are very, very important. Okay, yeah, not all might be used directly to the kind of profile you are mapped with, but there are basics that are taught in your engineering which you need to map into real life. Therefore, whatever topic in a particular subject comes by, all right, try to map in the real world. Okay, I want to take example of 4 very important subjects. Right now, today, I expertise in virtualization and cloud computing. This was a final year subject, all right? But in order to achieve that particular role, what was important to me? There were 4 main subjects that played a very, very useful role for me to grasp this opportunity. The 4 subjects would be data structure, algorithm. Okay, why data structure, algorithm? What is data structure? Data structure is a way to store and organize data, correct? And algorithm, what is algorithm? It is a way of solving a problem, right? So be it you organizing data into a database, into anything, you need a way of doing it, right? So in engineering, in your first and second year of engineering, right, there are multiple algorithms that we learned, like bubble sort. I'm just taking a very, very the basic example, sorting, right? We learned bubble sort and different kind of sortings. you might feel that this is not used anywhere. This will not, who will use this? This is a feeling I used to get when I was in engineering. Why am I even doing this, right? But when you actually get into coding, right, these are the kind of topics that are used. The time complexity, the amount of the number of lines of code you write. But what is important, even before you start writing a code, understanding how it works, right? And that is the basic thing that is taught in your subjects, in your curriculum, correct? So that one is about data structure and algorithm. Those algorithms, those pseudocodes, your logic will be used over and over again. You can take that written right now. Okay, the second subject that has really helped me understand, right, operating system. Everything runs on an operating system, right? Even for that matter, complex things like hypervisors. At the end of the day, how are the virtual machines running? How are the machines running? It is based on a Linux or Windows operating system, right? So the booting process in your subject operating systems, right, what you learn is going to be very useful. The Windows, the Linux, the Unix, if at all you have it, right? The OS of Apple as well, if you at all have it, right, that is Unix based again. So they are important because they will be used, because every platform is based on one or the other operating system, right? Number 3, networking, right? How do we connect internally and how do we connect to the external world? Network, your OSI layers, your OSI models, your TCP IP model, right? All these will be used in your actual corporate life. And it is very important that you really understand what those steps are and how it actually works. Do not just read for the sake of it. It's a mistake that even I have made in some of the topics, and I really wished that I focused and realized its real life capabilities sooner, because in corporate, they throw us at ground zero. You are supposed to get this task done. How you're getting it done, they really don't care. All right, you have to get it done. You might get some training. Those are such high level. They expect you to understand the basics. And hence the basics are important. So I have taken 3 subject names already: data structure, algorithm, networking, and operating systems, right? The 4th one is database, all right? Database, every company you go, every company, be it a product-based company, a service-based company, every company has its database. So you would be interacting to the Linux or Windows kind of direct Active Directories and database one time in your life or another. So focus on those, very important. All right, these subjects will come across different years of your engineering, different semesters of your engineering. And these 4 subjects are very important for your placements. Not just now, even when you try to rehire yourself, lateral hires, like I have switched my companies twice already. So I know that my understanding of these subjects still play a very vital role. So that's how important these subjects are. Okay, so this is the technical part, the subject part. All right, the other part is your curricular activities and your exposure to different things. Okay, so everybody learns the same course for 4 years, right? The same subjects, the same thing. So what makes you stand out of the crowd? All right, besides your technical knowledge, besides your coding abilities, right, besides your understanding skills, what also is important is what you have done in the 4 years of engineering, your curricular activities, the hobbies that you have built, right? How is it important? You talk to different people, you network, right? And that's how you build a confidence in yourself. And then there's also something to write in your resume that I have done so and so thing. I have managed so many people already in college, and corporates, they are really looking for team players. That is the reason why your curricular activities are so important. Besides your technical thing, technical is definitely 80%. I will just give it to you. But besides that, what you have done will make you stand out of the crowd, which is equally important, but yeah, not that much weightage, but yeah, it is important. I know that you guys are all working, studying from home. It might be so difficult to really connect. I totally feel myself. But in spite of all this, there are a plethora of opportunities that are there, right? Right now you're in first year and second year. I don't know if internships are still allowed, maybe no, but then later in time also, if you just open LinkedIn, you will know that instead of scrolling Instagram and Facebook, try scrolling LinkedIn. Try looking at people who have really achieved something in life and the kind of internships that they have done. Maybe, I am not going to give you, right away what all are available, because that is going to be spoon feeding. I want you to go down and check into that particular application in LinkedIn, let's say, that what is available for me, what am I interested in. Yeah, over the course of 4 years, you also need to identify what you are good at, right? You're good at Python, you're good at CPP, you're good at coding, you're good at algorithms, or are you a troubleshooting person? Do you not like to code, but you like to maybe resolve problems, right? For people who do not like to code, you are in engineering, right? Don't think your life is over, or do not think that I should get into some kind of job roles like the business development. I know a lot of people do it, but then always remember that even in corporate there are job opportunities like technical support, right, which does not require heavy coding skills. All right, I started my career with that, not because I was not good at coding. Now I have switched to a different job role again, which involves coding, but because I got an opportunity, so I got into it. There's no exact reason, but this is also, I don't know if I should call it a mistake. Definitely not a mistake. It was a right jump I made, but then you need to understand what you're interested in. Learn to dig your strengths out of the pool. You really need to do that. That is when you're going to really achieve. Or you want to do your master's, your MTech. You will realize that if you start introspecting into yourself right from today. Okay. Yeah, I think I did give a lot of gyan, maybe. Okay, let me get into a little bit about placements. Okay. So there's something called bridging the gap between your college and your corporate. All right. And that gap is a little huge, because one reason why I feel that this gap is large, because the kind of our curriculum is a little what do we call it? It's a little stagnant, right? The subjects are right. They are basic subjects. They are there, and it is very, very important, as I already mentioned in the beginning, right? But the amount of evolving that happens in the actual corporate is just too much. Every 6 months, technology changes. The basics are still the same. The network, the DSA, the operating system, these remain the same. Upon this, the other evolving happens, but it's too quick, and that also increases the gap. Let's say when I was in college, right, the only thing that that was taught to me about, let's say, cloud computing, what was there in the syllabus, okay, was more about okay, let me take virtualization. It was mainly about some kinds of hypervisors, mainly description, given in detail. But then what actually came into the picture when I joined the company was way more than that. And nobody ever told me to do a research on how things work, because in the internet, there are so many YouTube videos, so many things available, right? Nobody told us that we need to dig so much into it. And to be honest, I didn't do it. And when I joined the company, that's when a real grilling happened, 6 months of training, the real grilling happened. But had I known a little bit from the beginning, about how things work, it would have been much easier. Why am I telling you this? I want you to research in YouTube, in various things. There's LinkedIn Learning, there's YouTube, there is a lot of other free websites which I can tell you, who offer free content. Just do a Google search about a particular topic, and there is so much of content that's available, right? Try digging into those besides your normal curriculum. Your marks are important, but your knowledge besides that is also very, very important, because that is your practical knowledge. Then that is when you will realize, where are the things I can fit into the things that I'm reading in the textbook today, what is the practical application? That is, you will understand only when you start digging a bit more, and you need to start doing it. Okay. So my topic today also covers a little bit about placements. I know you're from first year and second year, so I'm not going to deep dive into it, but just give you a basic of how exactly placements work. Okay. Can I just get a heads up as to if you can see my screen or not?
Yes, ma'am, your screen is visible.
Okay, thank you. Okay, you can see my slideshow. Can I get a heads up to that again? Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. So this is mainly something that I tell to the second, third, and final year students. First year of students, please hear this out. It is also equally important to you. Okay. So I call this Get Your Dream Cracked, because this is basically the placement, the complete rounds of placements in general that I tell to my students, or whichever college I'm guiding. Okay. All right. By the end of this particular slide, we will get a few tips on group discussion. So I heard that not a lot of group discussions are being carried out, especially after this online thing has started, right? This online Zoom interviews have started. I have heard that this is not very much interviews, but then this, at least I have given group discussion for all the companies that I've sat for. So that's the reason why I feel it's still important, right? Because it checks a lot of communication skills, and it checks a lot of your team building skills and your opinion giving, and the way you panic or not when you're sitting in a group of two and you're asked to express opinion, right? Resume tips. Oh my God, start it right away, because you don't want to build a huge a very nice resume in just one night. Start building it little bit by bit. What you think is important, start including. Plus, what I've noticed is, what I've realized as well, is when we build a resume, right? Sometimes we don't realize, some of us don't even care about taking part in activities. And then you will realize at the end of 4 years that you have literally nothing to write in your resume, which is very bad. You need to have something in your resume which is eye-catchy and good. Okay. Technical round tricks. Yes, I will tell you, I have told you the main subjects that that technical round we in the corporate usually look after or look for that kind of knowledge in those 4 particular subjects, right? Managerial round. If you are aiming for a fan company or product-based company, managerial round will be there. And it is a little difficult round because they test you a bit too much, but it's nothing too difficult. I can definitely share an insight on that too. And at the end is an HR round, which we see at the end, where there is a discussion about how you want to get yourself finally hired by an HR. Okay, let's start with, okay, group discussion, especially for second year, third year students. I know your placements and internships are going to start. I think second year, your internships may be starting. Third year, maybe there could be a few companies coming in. So group discussion, what exactly is a group discussion? It is something where you sit in a group of 7 or 8 people, or maybe 5 to 10 people, and you are supposed to express your opinion. All right. The power of starting and stopping a discussion is like how you start a group discussion and how you end a group discussion is important, because you give the first impression by giving a starting, and you give the last impression when you conclude a particular topic, correct? So there could be difficult and non-difficult topics. Depending on how comfortable you are, you can start a particular group discussion, right? And it's very, very important that you know how to approach a particular topic. So when you are starting a particular group discussion, always remember that you cannot give your opinion straight away. Okay, example, the topic is science and technology, a very common group discussion topic. The topic is science and technology. And let's say that your favorite technology advancement is, let's say, what do I call it? Is, let's say, Google Maps. You cannot straight away say that. It's very important that you give a proper introduction from where it started, why is it still in use, and then you give your opinion. Okay, that is a good introduction. Keep practicing from today. Try to think of topics, common topics, do a research on which company is coming for your internship or placement, and see what are the kind of topics they usually look into. And depending on that, you can just, give yourself a little upper hand by practicing a bit. Approaching an unknown topic, do not start that. Just listen, understand, mindful, speak in the middle. Okay. These are just a few things that I've mentioned in this particular PPT, right? I know that because you're first and second year, you might not be able to relate much of it. That's why I'm not going to go into detail for, at least for group discussion. Okay. But yeah, one very important thing for group discussion: never say no or counter or oppose. Okay, that is not a good way of not a good way of giving an opinion about you. You need to use proper words in a group discussion. Okay, let's say that somebody has opposed you. All right, no problem, you are not at a loss, that person is at a loss. Okay, you need to use correct words like however, and I would also like to add, and things like that. If you practice, you'll get a few of those in your words, but never say words like no, I do not agree. Say anything, but do not say like I don't know and I'm not doing it, something like that. Do not use this kind of terminologies. All right. Okay, this is something that I want to really discuss today: resume. Because your first year and second year, it's very important that you start building your resume. You may have no content, but it's okay. Add every semester. Have a format ready. All right. Have a format which includes, please note down, these are really important things. Please have a format that includes your, of course, your introduction, which will be name, college, your year of education, right? Your final year project and your third year project is something that will come soon after that, along with your skill set, right? Keep these topics ready from now itself, because after this is going to be the co-curricular activities in your resume, right? Every semester, let's say you participate in one, and an average at the end of 4 years, you're going to have 12 things to be added in your resume, in your extracurricular and in your co-curricular activities. That is the reason why it is important. Okay, your strengths and weaknesses, of course, for when you're going for an interview, it's very important that you write them with care, okay? And have a habit of tuning your resume according to the profile. This is mainly something that I give a big lecture to the final year students, third and final year students, because people really do not look into what profile they're getting interviewed for. They just go for the interview blindly, which is very wrong. All right, that person might be very good technically, but if you do not know what you are going to get interviewed for, you will be blank at some point in the interview, which is going to give others an upper hand who knows what the position or what the job description is. Okay, that would be about resume. Technical round, this is very, very important, something that you need to keep piling up right from first semester. I have written concepts from the 4 subjects, and 1 coding language, of course, is a must. If you think you are good at Python, you're good at CPP, you're good at Java, just focus on, see, because the logic, the algorithm is going to be the same, right? What will change is the syntax. Syntax is something that you can really Google up and replace. But what you need to focus on is the logic and the algorithm and the pseudocodes. All right. And knowing one language to write that particular algorithm perfectly and executing it is what is important. 4 years in the industry, we still Google up stuff. So it's okay not to know multiple languages. You just need to know one. Focus on one. Get yourself, like Coding Ninjas is one of us who give problem statements. And there is a coding challenge that happens. There will be a scholarship test that happens. Sign up for it. If you think that you want a job at the end of 4 years and you want something that is better than the others, better than the average, right? Start doing it from your first year. Okay, I started that from first year, and I know that it has helped me big time. All right, so this is the only reason why I am telling you. If you think you're good with the technical part, focus on the non-technical aspects. Focus on, you cannot crack an interview without having managerial skills, without having group discussion skills, without having a good resume, right? So know what your weaknesses are and start focusing on them. Besides that, your subjects, get yourself enrolled with things that will literally grill you down and make you up to speed with the algorithms. Okay. We have, yeah, like I said, Coding Ninjas has a scholarship test that will give you questions, and that can really help you, which I felt was really, really useful. The kind of questions that are given, because it's more like a challenge question, right? You can also Google up stuff and go through them on your own. Like there are others as well, you can definitely go through them. But yeah, we do offer help as well. So feel free to reach out in case you need any such kind of help. Yeah. The kind of answers that you can give in a technical round, because you're not sitting for placements. I'm not getting into this again. Okay. This again, you're not getting into placements. I hope we can have a session when you are in your third or final year, because these are some things that are important in during that time. First and second year is not something that we really need to focus on. Things like your manager round or your HR rounds. All right, so I'm not getting into it. I wanted to mainly focus on the technical and the resume, because this is something that you can start, and your GD as well, improving yourself, and on your speaking skills right from today. So please focus on these 3 from your first and your second year. Try getting good internships that will help you grab a good job later down the line again. Okay. Yeah, this were pretty much the things that I had in head, which were to be covered. Yeah, I'm open to question answers for the next few minutes. Please.
So guys, you can drop in your queries in the chat box and Ms. Sangoti will address them.
Any question that you have, you're in first year, second year, no question. If you want, you can, ask anything about placements, about your engineering, what you need to focus on. Maybe if you haven't got that properly, just put in your queries. Okay. Yes, I am getting a lot of questions. Give me 1 minute. Channel for coding. Again, if you ask me a particular channel for coding, there are a lot of it available, right? Coding Ninjas is one among them. Again, because I am a part of it, I am saying it loud. Coding Ninjas is one of them, which will definitely help you progress your career if you are interested in coding, because the algorithms that are given are dynamic and the ones that are in demand in the market as well. Okay, and there are others. You just, even if you don't want to get into a proper course kind of a thing, just YouTube, for Python, coding, for C coding, there are basic for beginners, for non-coders. There's everything available, literally. Just start with one of them. All you need to do is start. Give at least half an hour or 1 hour every day, so that you improve on a daily basis. Is DSA required? DSA is required for everything. Data structure algorithm is beneficial for every role. You go into development, you go into testing, you go into even support. Somewhere or the other, you will come across data structures. It is never going to fail you. Knowing data structures well, data structure, database, network, and operating system is never going to fail you. Okay. DevOps. Abhinav, can you just elaborate your question? Maybe C language is good. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, maybe it's not. Okay, C is not object oriented. Let me put it as CPP is good enough. If you are really interested in C language, try getting into CPP so that you can expand your knowledge to broader structures. Okay. Please tell us how to start coding. Again, as I mentioned, you need to start knowing what your capability is. All right. If you think you are an absolute non-coder, I will recommend start with YouTube videos. All right. Basic declarations, basic algorithms, and then get into difficult stuff, but do not stop yourself there. Get into it more and more. Okay. Is CPP necessary for placements, or Python will do? If you ask me, I only knew CPP. As a syntax, of course, algorithm and logic was something that I was okay with. As a syntax level, I knew CPP properly, and it was helpful. Python is something which I use today. If you ask me to decide, check on your curriculum which has more focus on, which language has more focus on. All right, and side by side, maybe you can just look into syntaxes of other languages, but just learn one properly. If CPP is good enough, don't worry about it. Which language should we start first? To be honest, right, this is something that I cannot answer, because some people find Python easier, some people find CPP easier, some people find Java easier, some people find C# easier. All right, unless and until you start and look into basic codes and understand Python is indentations, right? CPP, you will find a lot of classes. Even in Python, you'll find that. But then, yeah, the way, which language, how syntax works, you need to start looking into them first to even understand how or what you will be interested in. Okay. कहाँ से करें? C++ start करी है, पर प्रैक्टिस कहाँ से करें? बहुत जगह है प्रैक्टिस करने के लिए. गूगल सर्च तो करो, देखो बहुत जगह है. And if you want to enroll yourself for something like a proper what do you call it? Proper weekly kind of thing, you have things like Coding Ninjas again. Otherwise, you can always look up. There is Code for Chef, there is HackerRank, there is a lot of other websites that give you problem statements for C++, for Python, for any language for that matter. How to manage time between learning skills? Very nice question. See, time management is something which you need to start understanding first. Okay. अपने काम को prioritize करना सीखो. पहली बात, क्या जरूरी है? What is important? You need to put that first. Prioritizing is something that you need to start learning. All right. Being in first year and second year, what is important? Yes, your subject. You need to get good grades, right? Your academics is a priority. Now you also need to focus what is your priority number 2. दिन में तुम किस चीज को 2 घंटे दे सकते हो, 1 घंटे दे सकते हो. Curricular activities, if you are a part of something else, go for it, right? You need to prioritize things and stop looking at social media and useless content. Cut down on those and start prioritizing on things that are important. Okay. How we grab good internship in the beginning of second year? Okay, you need to keep yourself. I believe the college will send, I mean, that's how it used to work for us. The college will send, if at all there is some kind of internship opportunities, if you want to get extra or other kind of good internships, if you think your college you will be able to adjust enough time for that particular internship, get into LinkedIn. There are a lot of internships available. Connect with the right people, follow the right pages, and yeah, you could get a good internship. I never had an internship in 4 years of engineering because my academics did not allow us to have. But then I know now that everything has gone online, you still have a lot of time in hand because you don't need to travel. You can really prioritize. So even from your second year, you can check from LinkedIn, start from LinkedIn. Which language is best for a data science student? Okay, I am not from data science, to be honest. But if you ask me what language, again, data science again uses a lot of algorithms, small scripts and algorithms. So I believe Python could be a language which is very, very important for data science, and your basic knowledge and DSA skills are good enough for data science. What do we focus on first? As I mentioned, your academics are first, and learn how to prioritize what you think is important on your extracurricular activities as well. Keep them on priority too. And of course, your coding and all is important. I am putting them as a part of academics, that those are priority 1. You need to dedicate time every day so that you are good enough at the end of 3 and 4 years, right? How can we tune our resume from first year? Yeah, exactly how I mentioned. Keep a format ready. There are a lot of formats available online. I am not going to give you my resume for sure. I want you to search out, all right? Look at people, like there are some very nice resume formats that you will see online, all right? Take that. Do not copy the content, but copy the topics, right? Take the particular format, right? Edit according to what your name is. Start placing things so that you know how your resume looks like, right? You really need to know what is important, because I know a lot of my colleagues itself, right? Not my colleagues, like when I was in college, they literally had nothing to write in their resumes. And at the end of the day, resume is important, because let's say there are 3 people who are selected till the final round, but there is just 1 open position. 3 are equally good. What is left with the recruiter? It's that piece of paper, your resume, how you have tuned according to the profile. What are your extracurricular activities? How did you manage maybe some particular event is what they're going to look at. Maybe that is not priority 1, but then that really, really helps. So yeah, start it from today and add things so that you don't have to hurry up at the end of 4 years. How to strengthen group discussion skill in the time of online classes. Very good. How can you strengthen group discussion skills? You know what? The best way I say is create a Zoom among your friends, right? Instead of discussing on some stupid topic, take एक कोई अच्छा सा टॉपिक लो, जैसे साइंस एंड टेक्नोलॉजी हो गया, एडवांसमेंट्स इन टेक्नोलॉजीज हो गए, या तो फिर कुछ देखो लेटेस्ट ग्रुप डिस्कशन टॉपिक्स क्या जा रहा है, एंड टॉक ऑन दोस. गिव ईच अदर अ चांस टू टॉक. What if the same topic strikes? You and your friends are at an advantage, right? Right. And if you think you're not good at group discussion, practice yourself. Read newspapers daily. Maybe 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 2 paragraphs, maybe enough, right? But keep improving yourself. Okay. Okay. There are a lot of questions. Okay. Let me take this. Please give us the current situation on the tech world, what's going on around the world, and how to get and what not to meddle with. Okay. What is going around is right now, no, technology is at a boom, to be honest. There are a lot of openings that are there. India is getting a lot of upper hand in terms of hiring, because manpower is cheap, to be very honest. But yes, you have a lot of opportunities starting from cloud, which I work in. But if you're like interested in coding, again, there is no particular field you can you can limit yourself to. If you're good at coding, you can sit into any company and code, because your logic is going to help at the end of the day, right? So if you think you are a good coder, any kind of industry is going to work for you, be it cloud, be it if you're interested in data science, if you're interested in machine learning, or anything is going to work. And right now, everything is in the market. Do not even think about what is in the market and what is not. Focus on the basics first. When you build a right foundation, that's when you can, stand an entire building. You need your foundations right, which does not happen with most. And that is the reason why they say that most of the engineers are non-hireable, because the foundations are not right. Okay. First sem, should we join any course for coding? If you think, start looking into codes and logic. If you think you need help, start from first year, because you will be getting an internship in a few semesters again, right? And then again it will pile up. So yeah, start from first year if you think it is important. If you're good at coding, I don't know, but if you feel that you're still at an elementary stage for coding, start from today. Get yourself enrolled and start it off. Okay, there are a lot of questions. You know what? I know that I just have 2 more minutes left. I am going to give you my LinkedIn ID. Just feel free to maybe pop those questions if you need my help. This is I don't have the direct link, but oh, my bad. Yeah. if just type my name and you will get me on LinkedIn. Just you can DM me. There are a lot of questions that I have got, and I'm afraid I will not be able to cover. Should we start networking or other stuff, or rather start scratching languages? Okay, dono zaruri hai. Networking, I don't know. Maybe if you want to grab an internship or something, maybe it is important. Of course, languages, you need to learn at least one language if you want to get yourself placed in a software based company. So yes, priority one for me, if you ask me, will go to the coding languages, algorithms, DSA. Yeah. Okay, I think can I get a heads up if I can answer more questions, or yeah, I think I'm already crossing the time limit.
Thank you, ma'am, for this very informative session. Now we have Mr. Karan Bhargav, and he will be addressing us for next few minutes.
Students, am I audible? If someone can confirm.
Yes, Karan, you are.
Hi, Sangoti, first of all.
Hi, Karan.
So, yes, I was just listening to you, and thank you for conducting this session and sharing your knowledge with the students. And I'm sure that they will definitely take something valuable from this session, and it will, help them to shape their career and maybe, to achieve their goals. So, yeah, thanks to you, first of all, for sparing time, especially on this working day with us. And yeah, so first thing first, student, just I want to know into the chat box how much you have liked this session. Just give me, like rough idea. Either raise up your hand or either send thumbs up into the session. Let Sangoti know, like how the session. Let's change the spirit of the session. Okay. Sangoti, the feedback is in front of you. It's best. Okay.
I
Best
haven't
lecture
been
of my life. Oh my God.
I haven't been able to actually answer a lot of questions. I know
Okay.
it's a lot of pending questions are there, but then it's too many to address. So I have just just reach out
Amazing
to me if you
feedback.
need help. That's all I can say.
So Sangoti, have you dropped your LinkedIn ID into the chat box?
Yes, I have it. It is somewhere on top. Yeah.
Okay, so I request the concerned organizing team members also, like Shubham will share the LinkedIn ID of Sangoti and also the email. So if any student wants to raise any query or ask any kind of career related guidance question to Sangoti, they can drop an email to her and they can reach out to her on LinkedIn. I think that will be great, right?
Sure. Yeah.
Sure. Okay. So guys, the second thing that I want to talk about is that, like how many of your, you are very active in terms of taking, or participating in some kind of competition, let's say ACM, ICPC, or maybe GSOC, or, some other coding competition. How many of you are very active into such kind of things? And how many of you think that, these things will definitely help you to, to add some extra stars into your CV or resume? To maybe to to grab some good internship, or maybe to to grab some good placement into an MNC. Let's make this session very interactive and let's do for just next course of 5 minutes, and then we'll just wrap it up. So let me know into the chat box how many of you are very active in terms of participating in such competition and all these things, and these competitions really matters to you or excites you as well. Okay, so I can see some responses. Okay, now I can see a lot of responses. Perfect. So that shows that you guys are very keen and like very serious towards your career. And if you like, I can see some of the messages that students are still wants to know that how they can start. So a very simple suggestion from my end, and I think Sangoti also explains the thing, because like if someone has just started their engineering journey or maybe their college journey. So in the first, so first year or second year, or at least 2 years are very crucial of your graduation life, and just try to utilize and grasp everything whatever you can, and just try to get every kind of exposure by doing some kind of unpaid internship, maybe just to get to build some great connection into the corporate, and to see how corporate really works and what is their demand, right? And Second thing you can do is that, like there are some websites where you can see like the potential competition in which every CSE student should participate, and you can just try participating in ACM, ICPC, GSOC, and there are some code chef competition are there. Like there are so many competition which will definitely you should take participate, and it will help you to to upskill your competitive programming skills. And if someone wants to go beyond that, so I think having a clear knowledge over programming concept is must, so that thing will definitely help you. Why I'm saying all these things, like because the coding ninjas is coming up with a scholarship test on 23, it's next Monday. And whatever amount, whatever the percentage that you are going to score in this test by solving some programming and coding questions, you will be able to face the same kind of discount while purchasing any product from Coding Ninja. It's totally your choice. That is just that I wanted to what I can say, to convey this information to all the students that you should start taking. Yes, Sangoti, you can drop out. Yeah, thank you again.
Hey, I really need to run into a meeting. So yeah, I'm
Yeah,
dropping
sure,
off then.
definitely.
Right.
Sure.
Yeah. Thank you so much, everybody, for your patience. Yeah.
Yes. So students, so this scholarship test is like designed in a way to to provide a kind of a real-time exposure to the student, like how a real company conduct their placement drive test. So the first advantage is that when you will participate into this test that we usually organize once in a month, so you will get the exposure, you will get to solve those kind of questions which real MNC usually ask in the placement drive test. Second thing, that we have a book at Coding Ninja which will be going to do a kind of a short giveaway to the for all the participants, that is written by our founder itself for the programming cheat code. And third thing is that you are going to take the free mock live support and all these things. So there are so many advantages, and Shubham has already dropped the link of the scholarship test. I want to request you to all to save the link and at least visit the website and see what is scholarship test is all about and what is has to offer. And if you think that that thing will matches up with your requirement and with your aspirations, I definitely suggest all of you to take participate, to take a part into that thing. Do participate, give your best, and earn whatever score you can earn. That score will convert into a percentile, and the same percentile you can avail while purchasing any kind of a product from Coding Ninja. And this thing will also help us to identify the potential student who has good potential to to in terms of cracking some good MNCs, and maybe we'll reach out to you to to give some kind of some free offers or maybe some free courses as well to to support you in terms of your preparation. So many things are there, just that we need to start from somewhere, right? Everyone start from somewhere. We need to take our first step. So take your first step, and we'll see you on the other side. The scholarship test is on 23. Save the link, do visit our website and take a part, and also encourage your friends to participate. And I'm looking forward to see a great participation from your college. Thank you guys. I'm hoping the session is totally was an very great like great learning experience for you. So yeah, thank you. Karan Bhargava this side, I event side report ninjas. Thank you. Have a great day.
Thank you, sir. Everyone is requested to fill the attendance form floated in the chat box. It was indeed a very informative and intellectual session. A big thanks to all our participants for attending this informative webinar with us. Now I would request everyone to switch on their cameras for a group photograph.
I think we are done with the photographs.
Thank you, everyone. With this, we come to an end of this webinar. Have a great day, everyone. Thank you.